Welcome to this turn 27 of the playthrough of Orb and Crown. We'll get straight into the replay. So Nick has moved away from Jotunheim and continues to pound away at my defending Vikings. Dwarves continue to have difficulty getting through from the north, but I can see them coming from the east as well, so it's not just a one-pronged attack, but of course I'm coming from the east too with my forces from Nova Spes. Alright, now I want to see how long it actually takes to get through this message, because they do disappear automatically. There's been a question on the comments about whether we need to click through them or whether they can just stay on the screen, and to my knowledge they have to, or they are timed. So hopefully you get enough time to read them. So that's how long they stay on the screen for. Okay, our spy report tells me that there is a ship down there, which is nice. The Andanian army is getting to the size of needing extra support and cost. And I get another veteran unit for the Vikings that I place down near the hill giants who've joined me quite handily as a place to reinforce. Alright, going to Jotunheim and Draka. He continues to be pretty useless actually, and it's just a matter of waiting for Nick to finish him off. I'm just looking at a few different options here just to see what can possibly be done, and the answer is not much. None of these can be, what's the word, decommissioned, I suppose. They need a certain amount of supply and they don't have it. Holtus has 5, so I'll move up there in a second and see if next turn that 5 is enough to allow Draka to be decommissioned. So I'm going to be a bit sneaky here and see if I can take out a couple of these units. That giant is ill-advised to be doing that, but I will be able to block or keep that road open by doing something that is not generally considered to be a good idea. I'm going to put my 2 air units in there. And as I say, it keeps the road open, stops the giant from being cut off from supply, but it does put my units at risk. And in normal circumstances, I don't advise doing this, of course. But I think in this case it'll be okay. So the giant is still vulnerable, but at least he's not going to get cut off from supply. I'm going to buy another humanoid. And I'm not going to buy more than 4, because I'm actually going to reduce the number that can be purchased, because 8 is too many. Makes Jotunheim a little bit too tough. Okay, so our intrepid explorer has a clear path to Basecamp. You can see that at the moment Basecamp is on 0. She is going to establish Basecamp, and over the next few turns, as per normal, the resource and the port will increase by 1 point at a time. At a certain point I'll send her off up to Arctio to find the North Pole and start to exploit its resources. My Viking ships continue to patrol the Viking Channel, And I think to myself, well, that warship is sitting out by itself. My spy has told me that it's there. Why don't I attack it? Yes, they're warships. Yes, they're tough. Are they invincible? Absolutely not. And I get quite a lucky hit with that second attack, and am able to take it out in 2 hits. Personally, I don't keep my ships down as the allied player. I don't keep my ships down there. I try to hide them because they are fairly weak to start off with. Once they get a bit of technology and a few more ships, their navy becomes very strong, but at the moment, not so. Alright, just checking around to have a look at the mobilization of Iron Lord, and it's quite high, over 80%. It could change at any minute, so I need to be prepared for that. And I'll buy Nort Delm, some veterans with armor and weapons, and I can upgrade them with to make them a bit quicker with marching formation later. But for now, I just need something to give Iron Lord something to think about. Alright, so I'm going to move into position, and I'm not overly confident at this point. You'll see that none of my units have got technology for weapons and armor. They're all on 0, and I can see just by looking at that cavalry unit there that Nick has got them up to his units, his mutiner units, up to 2 levels of armor and 2 levels of weapons. So that is going to make my job very difficult until I can get myself some extra technology. And who knows, that might take a few turns yet. So I'll continue to just put myself into position, and the big wings, or the giant wings, are more for reconnaissance than they are for actual damage at this point. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how the counter attack from the mutiner groups units goes. So I've gone on the attack. Now I've been able to push them out of the town and open up that supply route, but they're a tough unit, these mutiners. I'm going to move the Andanian flute. Nope, they don't play that. Yeah, their musical instruments are a little bit tougher than that. More like, anyway, let's not be silly. Move the fleet out and patrol around. I haven't seen any allied ships at this stage, but that could change at any minute. This is a reasonably powerful fleet, but they are vulnerable if they get attacked first, which is the way with these games, and certainly the hit and run tactics that are available to navies. I will be increasing the penalty for contact or attacking that is now allowed by the new editor. I'll probably increase that gradually. Start off with 3 and increase it if it needs it later on. 3 is the penalty for contact. Alright, so Andania is increasing its technology, or its research. I'm still not sure about Mermont, so at some stage I'm going to have to trust them, but that's not a big issue at the moment because I'm more focused on trying to take out Mutiner. And it's the same deal with Potentia and Liboslavia, because they haven't mobilized yet, and they might not so I'll have to make a decision at some point in the near future. What I do know is that Sanai is still putting up a fight, so I can focus on defeating them first. And Potentia is getting quite a lot of gold pieces each turn, so I'm able to put a fair amount into that. Into research, that is, and into new units. Just thinking about the different options at this point, and I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. So I've gone for espionage with that, and scouting is useful too, as I've explained before. Alright, now let's see what... oh, no. Let's go down and have a look at Nova Space first, finish off these units, these garrisons that are in the way at the moment. Alright, how about I finish them off next turn? So coming in from the east means that I'll be able to threaten this dwarf, I assume dwarf, at least ancient attack that's coming through from the east. And now we can have a look at this attack on Sanai. Supply is a bit of an issue. I've got one leader, and there's not a lot of settlements between where the leader is and into Sanai's territory, so I can't go as quickly as I'd like to, but taking out a settlement here and a settlement there is a good start. Now, I mentioned how that veteran unit in Khan Balak, the capital, was kept there to dissuade Sanai and Shinwa from rising against me and thinking that I'm weak because I don't have a veteran unit there. But now that we're at war, there's not really any point in doing that now. So I brought that unit down while I continue the attack. So I'll protect that settlement as well, just to make sure that it doesn't get captured. Alright, we'll just have a bit of a look around now. Make sure that things are as they should be. And 487 means that I can actually buy some decent units, or at least one for now. 187 points into research. Sky warfare would be good. I've already got a couple of sky units, so we'll increase their morale by 10% once I actually finish researching that technology. Okay, looking around, seems to be okay, and you'll see that the map hasn't been loaded. I need to load it from the mods so that you get the text and all that sort of thing. That is just the basic map. Alright, so we're going to finish up the turn. Okay, the Dwarf Kingdom has joined the Allies, as they generally do. They will provide units and gold pieces. Alright, so Basecamp has been established in the Frozen Wastelands. And Ingrid Pullbeard is up there trying to establish the expedition. Blue Dragons continue to attack, and East Kilmar has moved 11% in my favour. Be good to have them on side. And then Iron Lord will be flanked on both sides. Scorus Bone has moved as well. And the Pirate Kingdom a little bit. And Darnia's got armor now and marching formation. So they'll come in handy against Mutiner. And the Golden Carnate has likewise got weapons too. Alright, so that's our balance sheet, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.